Looks like everyone's online this time. Shouldn't have a no-show. Oh. I guess we'll be waiting for a little bit then. This person didn't say anything until literally when we're about to play. They need 5 to 10 minutes. Guess we'll go review some from yesterday. This was a really fast game. I think my big thing I just want to be careful about is when I should be folding or not. Could hedge Sanshoku here. But I think the weight just is on average better if I drop the shape now. I can potentially just play for better weight. And they call Ricci on 6. South is fine. 5-1's fine. 9-so is fine. I assume before I get a chance to decide. This was just a super fast hand. The E-bot's into. Granted, I didn't have any info to go off of, and that's probably the best tile for them to get rid of. Yeah. It's either that or like a 9-so. It's not really much info to go off of though on the board. Why did they drop the 2-so? Oh, they drew the 3 later. I'm gonna keep it for the middle weight 4-so, I guess. No Ricci was called here. This was one of the times that I said I probably shouldn't have cheated. Because we already have the pair. Or we can make it a Nobu 10 if we want to make it a triplet. So we're just Ishan 10 waiting on 6 or 9-so. Cheating this, we're still Ishan 10, and it's wider probably, because now we can draw a pair of 4, 5, 7, or 8. I think this is good enough that we don't need to. Like this is already waiting on 3, 6, 9, 2, 5-so. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not a reasonable call then. Just stay closed. So I think I have a pretty reasonable hand. What would I have drawn? I would have drawn 7p and 6p. So I wouldn't really have drawn anything useful, but I think this Ishantan's just better without showing my hand, because once I call here, no one's gonna chase. Or shouldn't chase anyway. Toyman did for some reason, because now I have to call a second time here. Whereas if I was just staying closed here, I would be waiting on 2, 5-so here. It'd be 3, 6, 2, 5. Yeah, I think because the weight was already really, really good. Probably not supposed to. Because if I pass this up and then I choose 6-so. Yeah. Is there any other weights I'm missing? Shouldn't. Okay, that was pretty bad then. This is a really early Ricci. Don't have Dora. Should I just fold this out? Looks like yes. Looks like we do it pretty safely. Second Ricci gets called. We're on before anything happens. I would have cut 5 so. I have 7p and 2 so as options. I have 7 mon as an option. Yeah, so I'd be fine folding out there. Should I open on the screen? They're not the best shapes, so this is more arguable on pass up the first one. Especially since I'm ahead, I don't want to be caught having to deal into a Ricci here. Maybe. Does end up working out. 9 so make tempai here. It's not that slow, it's just not that fast either. This I cut whites. This is one of the hands that I was probably playing Tupusa on. I think the hand is pretty reasonable to cut whites and play for Pinfu. But should I? I should probably just try to compete here and win the hand. I think once that would have got pawned, I'm probably folding out a lot of the time. Because it's like, if it's Toi Toi, if it's Honorato, if it's Chanta, like anything is a scary hand. Or did it end up being? Yeah, it's gonna be Honorato. Pawn 9 so with Dora. Wow, that's gross. There's no way it's reasonable here to force Honorato then. I guess they're really behind. Maybe just because they're really behind, it's just like, oh well. North seems fine. 5p's a little crazy. 2p's a little crazy as well. The 3 mon is the really crazy part. Like, we just want to go Toi Toi Honorato here. They're really behind, but it's just like... let's say we just play for Chanta. So we have East 1, 2 Dora, we're at 3. Chanta would be 4, so Chanta's already a dealer Mongon. Whereas if they go for Toi Toi Honoratos 4 plus East is 5, Dora 2, so it's a Hanuman, chance of Baimon. Yeah, I guess they are behind, it's probably fine. No one called Ricci. Did I play scared in this hand? So far my cuts look reasonable. A 5 mon. Because I draw the 8 here. Is there anything else that looks fine? It's like maybe we could cut the 1p now and hedge this 5 mon, but I think our shapes are good enough that we're fine with that, and we're playing Shuku potential here. And the 1p is safe to Mawashi in. Because we can see 3 2p's and 1p's Genbudo too. This was an interesting spot, right? I don't think I can chi this 5 so. I think I'm only chiing 6 mon. I do just kind of push everything. I cut the 1 here. I was a little scared of the south. Turns out it's just dead walled besides the one I cut. Did I push? No, this is where I got scared. I got scared of the south. Should I be scared here? We see 2 Dora already. Person to my left is most likely just 2 Han. Person across 2 to 3 Han, and person to my right 2 to 3 Han. And from this point, I'm Ishan 10. Yeah. I don't like the 8p just yet. But I think I should be fine on south most of the time here. We also had Dora. Toyman has no Yaku. Interesting.
Chi.
They cheat the 2. They make the Tenpai, it doesn't let them take for a 10.
Dong.
They went off that 6. Did draw the second south, so it didn't end up changing anything, but then I don't call it here. I think it's just because I didn't like the 8P, but 8P passed pretty recently. And 2P didn't deal in even though they cheat after. It's not Tenpai though, is what sucks. Oh, and I didn't have the South yet, I drew right after. I'm not sure. I don't want to deal into this point here, because I have a better chance of coming second if I don't deal in. But if I get Sumoed, I'm getting Oyed anyway. And the values look pretty low at the moment. It looks like 2 Han max from everyone. Which is, yeah, what it ended up being. Well, this one ends up being 3 Han Kasanshoku, but fair enough. Okay, finally starting. It's weird for me to think about my mindset in these ARML matches, because I play way more scared than I do in person or in tournament or on ladder. Because ladder's just 4th avoidance. Tournament, I'm playing for the maximum anyway, because playing like half-ass doesn't really get me a whole lot. Because it's like I'm trying to make those top cuts. And in person, our league's the same way, where I don't really have a reason to play scared. But in this ARML, it's like, it feels really, really bad to just not promote. I don't know if that's deciding my decisions. Something I'll think more about. Can't call south. This hand looks pretty rough. It's probably gonna end up being like Chitoy or Bus unless I just get really lucky here. We can cut south-south and take the 1 Shabos. I don't hate that. The hand is just not good though. What I really want is I would love to cut both these shapes and draw a south or one of these ones.
Home.
Second south is dead. I think that means I'm pulling out of it. I'm already overblocked on pairs. That was a 4th pair we just drew on that 7P, so maybe I hedged the Chitoy, cut 2 Formon. It was something I was thinking about, but I think just this 4-5-6 shape is more so going to be Richie or bust. Yeah, should have played for Chitoy, my bad. It's only 4 now, so it's pretty reasonable, but I think this shape is just worse.
Home.
There are already 3 Han. Nope, that's Dora. Okay, we're out. Nothing is safe though, so we're just gonna hope that this 1 chance 1P can get us out. I'd rather not deal into Dealer Mongon on east one. They did Tadashi here, so the 1P is not guaranteed safe anymore. Which means I'm gonna be super pusa. I'll probably still cut the 1P here in a second, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm about to say, like, why are we dealing into 12k for fun? Oh, 18k, that's right. Because it's East 2 and a red and door 3. Yeah, I don't know why they're pushing anything there. Like, that is your cue to fold, my brother. There is a guaranteed Hanemon on the table. I'm surprised they did that. Peter M... I mean, I guess they're negative 50 for a reason, but... I don't know, they seemed more reasonable. I'm pretty happy about pawning here. It's not the best hand, but it has enough acceptance that we should make Tenpai here most of the time. Small chance at 6, 7, 8 Ton or Shanshoku, but unlikely. This 9 doesn't do anything for us. I have to draw exactly the 7 just to get the Nobuten, which is already 1 7 out, 1 9 out anyway. Did draw that, that's fantastic. Is there any Tonki that looks good here? Not really. Part of me wants to just cut out of this now. Because we have so much acceptance in Manzu. And we're already at 1 out 7 so anyway, and we don't want to drop Dora just for fun. Can even Tonki on Dora. This pawn is pretty bad. Because we're just each on 10 now, that's my pair. Middleweight 3-mon. Looks pretty bad right now. If I have to fold against Toyman, I'm especially fucked, and they might be calling Ricci here. No. I dropped 3-mon. It's very likely to be Tenpai. Dora Chi to my left. Or Chi with a Dora, I should say. Well, now we see 2 3-mons out. But can we drop Dora? Drop 3-mon, 8-mon, so they're most likely a 4-7 weight, but it is late. It's weird they held that at all. Of course, backfire. Classic. If this 2-mon wasn't Dora, I would have cut it immediately after draw, but it's only because it's Dora that I hedged it. Chi. Second Chi. They should be Tenpai. They did Ashi'd 4-so as well. But I'm expecting like 2 Han max, maybe 3 Han. 5P. Not dealing in is surprising.
Each.
There's the Ricci. Is 8-mon the best looking tile to get out? Looks like it. I have to draw exactly 3-mon for me to consider, and I would be cutting 4P just to Moashi for a turn and then fold out probably. They might take a 3-mon Genbu here. They did not. West is once out, it's twice out, neither of their wins, sure. They were the ones that cut one of the door tiles. And it's twice out. So they're probably not very expensive, but my hand just sucks.
Gone.
You got me. Was there anything that was safe to both? Yeah, 4-mon, 7-mon. Yeah, that's my bad. I was just dealing for fun moment. I was thinking about the 8-mon earlier. So is Dora. Worst shape of Mahjong right here. I guess second worst shape is if it's a Ryanman. in the middle. Green's fine to cut. No souths out yet. 9 so is unlikely to be useful though. Do we even want a pawn here? This hand fucking sucks. I think we actually passed up the first one. We only have 2 shapes, no head, unsafe tiles. That's better. Like, draw me a single other tile around any of these other things. I could even maybe pawn this. I don't mind the pawn as much now that I actually have another shape. South passes. 3 so from Toyman, we need to keep an eye on. 3 so, 6 so. Interesting. That genuinely kind of perplexes me. What shape are you cutting 3 so, 6 so from?
Home.
Interesting. Three so and 6 so. 3 so floating. It was like a 5, 6, 6, 7, maybe. Made tempi. It's bad tempi on middleweight 6 so. Once out.
Reach.
I think I'm just gonna slam though. Both Kami and Shimo don't look super advanced. And Toyman shouldn't have value most of the time here unless they just have an Anko of Dora or pair of Dora, and that's why they're cutting the 3-6 so. They fold on 4-mon to at least dodge the pots. 4-mon, okay, we're probably fine here. Looks like, I doubt any of them will wash you this. Looks like everyone's just gonna fold. Which means if we draw 3 so, we get the snipe, potential Suji snipe. This hand's worth 2,600, so even if I Ryokoku, it's about the same. Chance of Ura, chance of Sumo. Shove the 8-mon though. There's no information on the board that makes that look safe. So Toyman might push here, but they threw 3 safe tiles before pushing that 8-mon. Maybe they drew into a good shape and they have Dora to justify the push here. I'm not sure. Three-pin Suji. They toss the really unsafe 8-mon and then right into more safe tiles. I wonder if they have enough 7-mons to make it one chance. Yeah, they are just folding. The 5-mon is a pretty aggressive shove too, right? Guess we see 3 4s and a lot of upper Monzu, but I think 5-mon, 6-mon is pretty scary. Does that mean Shimo's gonna chase? They've been full folding up to this point. I would be pretty surprised. Why did they choose 5-mon, 6-mon?
Each.
They did want to chase. Interesting. It's bad news for me. But we only have
Chi.
a couple draws. I have one more draw, I'm sure I'll deal in. Success shouldn't come out to anyone. Oh, well, guess I'll take it. If you're gonna choose to keep it. And an Ura for a manga, sure. That's extremely fucking lucky. This hand is not great. It's okay, we have 2 shapes plus a pair. But my other shapes are the problem. Okay, it gets better. Not by much, but better.
本
Makes sense. 3 mon. Does look fairly advanced. Of course, I draw the worst tile for me cutting the 1 mon. 3 mon into Forso Sumugiri. Interesting. Okay, we'll get the Ryoncon at least. Probably cut Itzo. Twinman Sumogiris again. Tadashi 3P. They do look very Tenpai. They cut the 4-so really early though, so unless they have pair or Anko of 1-so, I'm not really that scared. They don't look flush. So yeah, it's not a ton I'm scared of here from them. Is there anything we would call 5P? Just Manzu tiles. Okay, that means I can trim around one of these shapes here. There's a lot of 9s already out. I'm already gonna need the 5 anyway. We can just cut the 6 and the 8. 6, 9, and 5, 8 both don't look great to wait on. So I'll wait on the 2, 5 instead. I still have the option to cut the 2P. No 1-sos being out is very scary when we see 3, 4-sos. Either are going to be like Edgeweight Dora. No, because they would be Inferten for the 1. That fucking sucks as a draw. $8P looks really good in the wall right now though, so maybe I do take the 5-8P weight. Red Dragon looks fine. Maybe I'm supposed to cut 2P there so I can red into a Richi, but yeah. There's a fair chance I fold out the hand if someone Richis. Because we're kind of just praying to fill this shape for Pinfu, Richi Pinfu Tanyo. 2-mon would have been nice for Sanshoku. Guess we still have Sanshoku chances. They're just a lot thinner. Okay, draw me 4-mon and my life is yours. 7, so someone has to have a pair or an Anko door, or they all just have a single door shape, but a lot of them have cut the 4. Be pretty surprised.
Gee.
Toyman looks like the only person that can Dama. East, south is out, north is out, green, red, and white are all out.
Dong.
We're waiting on Dora. Dora Shabo. Tossing Dora this late is pretty crazy. Like just for Tenpai or risking dealing in. Because if Dora deals in, it's... I guess it's minimum 2 Han. Most of the time they don't have a pair. But still. Maybe 3 Han if they're Tonki on it. It's an okay hand. We're gonna end up on a bad weight most of the time here. That's an unfortunate draw. Was 9-mon better than 9P to cut? Probably, yeah. Oh well. So's good. Or 2 Shanten. East is almost certainly gonna get pawned. Do I care? potential Nova 10. Let's just drop this then. Didn't get pawned. There's our pair. We don't need to break it up just yet though. Now we just hope to draw the 3p. Do we take the bad weight? It's also another pair option. Because this is 3, 5, 6, 8, 9? It's really fucking wide, Jesus. Because it's a Nova 10, it's the triplet plus the pair weight, it's also Ryeonmin, and then it's also just 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. Damn it.
Each.
4p's really unsafe versus them, so it's probably just, we can toss that first, and then it's probably 2-mon and hope that the 4p can get cleared. How bad does 4p look? Pretty fucking bad. 9p safe.
Go.
Do wrong back. It's probably pretty good for me. It does make this guy a little bit closer to me, but oh well. Double 8-mon. We want to finish this hand as fast as physically possible. We may end up forcing a Tanyao here. Cut 9p and hedge it. We definitely want to compete now. They cut 1p, 2p to Dashi after pawning the north. So their hand looks pretty fast then. The 1p still hovers. Do I want this? I don't think so. I think that's one of my better shapes. I'll pawn 3 so or 8-mon maybe, but then I have to cut this 8-9 so. It's leaning towards no. Or now we just hedge Chitoy, I guess. 2p we know passed already, so it doesn't progress their hand either. You have the option of Toy Toy, but these tiles shouldn't come out very fast. I'm surprised the 6p even came out at all. So it is probably going to be Cheat Toy. Unfortunate. It would have been Cheat Toy Ishanten. But the 9p was too reasonable to discard. With that, we can hedge this into a normal hand with this 2-mon. We may have to cut Dora here, which means we're probably cutting 6p first and then hedging this as a 5-8-mon shape. P doesn't do anything for us. Seven's fantastic.
It
should be Tenpai now. 7-mon is interesting, so they probably have at least 1 Dora, if not 2. That was a very risky cut. Damn. Can't open anymore. 5 so looks pretty bad. I think 5p looks relatively safe though most of the time. I don't want to deal into 2 Han for fun, but my hand does have good value here.
Eat.
Here comes the Ricci. Unfortunately, everything looks terrible, so I think we're done here. Dealing into them is suicide. We know we have 2 Dora, and the person to my right probably has at least 1 Dora, so they shouldn't have a ton of value, so we just don't be the one that deals in and we're chilling. Do we trust the 9 so?
Wrong.
Yeah, 6P is kind of a crazy cut as well. Just another for fun deal-in, I guess. Toyman shouldn't have had much value, and they don't need to play for dealer rekeep. Easts. Interesting. This hand does not look very good. Can't easily Toy. Can't easily Chanta, Junchan. Let's probably just stay close and pray. Unfortunate. That's a really good draw. Okay, now we got a hand. No 8 so, no 7P out. Good draw, cuts 4P unless we complete a shape. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. It's not a particularly valuable hand, but hey. 2 4P, do we care? It's better than 7-9 so I guess we care a little. Because this hand is impossible to make Chanta Junchan with those 2 so's. A fucking course, man. Take the slightly better shape. Immediately fills it. I could have potentially held on to that and just taken the Furton, but nah. We have the option to double cut east now with this shape. Not liking our odds right now. That's a really big upgrade though.
Eat.
There comes Ricci. We can double cut east and still hedge getting him back into Tenpai. And honestly, them reaching is really good for us because Oya here is good. We're happy to just take a second. Even better if last place calls Ricci and Toyman deals in. Yep. Alright, Toyman, need to deal into an E-Pots. They missed the E-Pots. You know 8P safe.
Eat.
Triple Ricci. Fuck. Their dealer as well. 2 Mon and 3 Mon look relatively safe.
Wrong.
Yeah. That's fucking annoying. 9P would be better if 8P wasn't the Ricci tile. Not sure if there's anything better besides that. This hand also sucks. This hand is quite stinky, huh? This could be the head, so I don't want to drop 9P just yet. Green's probably fine most of the time anyway. East already wants out. Green should go first though. East is only valuable to me. It's not that big a deal. Can't call anyway. Okay. That's better. 2 Shanten now. That's an improvement. Can actually call now, because we can pawn 7 mon, drop this 9p. I think I do take that, yeah. I'll just pawn one of these. It's not a great weight. But I think I'm fine just completing this hand quickly. Trying to push myself away from 3rd place.
G.
Make Tenpai. 6p, 7 mon. Looks like it could come out from Toyman or Shimo. Druthif would have been Furiton. No Yaku as well. Our only upgrade here is 5p or 7p. And 7p is not even that great of an upgrade because 8p is dead. And there's a 5p out, so I think 7p is actually worse. Yeah, 7p is unironically a bad upgrade, which is kind of crazy. So it's 5p or bust. There's 2 of them dead already. And now we're beating Furiton for it, so we're just staying where we are. Both 8p and 7 mon look very likely to come out from a couple people, though. We'll see. They're all tossing stuff close. 7 mon looks really good in the wall now, right? They should be Honi. Red, green, whiter's dead. Looks like it has to be south. Bitch. This game loves drawing me the tile right after I get rid of it. If it is south, it's not Honi. It's south 2 though. We have to pray no Dora. It does look like potential of 1 to 2 Dora shapes though. Yeah, pretty scared of Shimo here. But I don't think we can fold anymore. So if something deals in, you got me, brother. Four 7 was a contender, and if they didn't cheat that, then it's either 5-8 or they're not in a Sozu shape. If they're not in a Sozu shape, the lower Pinzus have been cleared already.
G.
So is it really waiting on Dora, Shabo? South Dora? Or south no other Yaku? Just waiting on south? South was only discarded at the start of 2nd row though.
Dum.
It wasn't that long ago. Odd. Shouldn't have been Toy Toys. It had to be south. I don't know what else it would be. Wow, this hand's pretty fucking good. Just start here and keep these shapes really wide. We can play for Tanyao again if we want to. They're locking themselves into something. Honi or Yakuhai. Doors north. They're not north seat. Could be Honi. We'll see. It's not Sanshoku. At least shouldn't be. Of course. The one backfire. The rest of the Honi hand. Yep. It is actually Honi. Dropping 9-1. Even though they've already opened up and locked themselves in. Jesus Christ, man. You know, we could just not draw every single Pinzu tile under the sun. That'd be cool. Seven so is great. Means we probably can't open anymore if we don't get 3 or 6 so. We can cheer 3 or 6 so for Tenpai right now. 4p could be overflow. We want to make Tenpai sooner rather than later so people are more likely to cut it. Okay, that's good. We definitely want that option. It's unlikely they're Tenpai yet with 0 overflow of honors even. So So if we can pawn 3p to make tempai right now, I would take it. I have to assume that 7 so hover wasn't from them. It'd be so funny if they were playing for Itsu and she'd the wrong one. South didn't get called. There's 2 7Ps already out. If this progresses your hand, you got me. To have 3 like upper Sozu shapes. Or Pinzu, I mean. They Tadashi to 8-9 so. And 7P hovers.
Reach.
Chi.
Yeah. I expected it, but it's just like, you got me, brother. It's Chinitsu. Ooh, that's fucking
Yeet.
bad. Please deal into me. Okay, you're a fucking psychopath, dude. 4P on the Chinitsu?
Hon.
Oh, it's Honi. We're going down to a Tonki on Honi. What the fuck are we doing? I mean, now it's really fucking cheap to deal into, so I don't really care anymore. It's Tuhan, unless they're Tonki on Dora. Yeah, they are Tonki on Dora, these motherfuckers.
Chi.
Why are we pushing? Why is everyone wanting to chase the dealer Ricci? Last place is 100% Tonki on Dora, so I should have to hope not to draw it, I guess. If they're not Tonki on Dora, then they're actually stupid, because...
Chi.
Yeah. Why are we
No.
pushing here? Why are we just giving up 3rd place for free? I have no clue why they're pushing here. Nine so is better. Yeah, 9 so is better. I guess maybe I'm supposed to consider Chinitsu there and not call the Ricci and just take the Dama. So I can potentially fold it. And then once they call the East, then I don't care and I shove everything and or Ricci. But yeah, as soon as they go down to Tonki weight, it has to be Dora there in their point position. They'd be stupid otherwise, because they'd be playing for 2 on. Toyman Chase could have had a Dora pair. Or even potentially an Anko. I have no clue why Kami chased. If Toyman doesn't have the Dora pair slash Anko and Kami does, and that's what they're chasing on. But it is their wind when they opened. That could have been it on why they wanted to chase, but they didn't call anything until after I was in Ricci. Which is very sussy. Is this really gonna be Chitoy? Probably. Sand fucking sucks. Nothing really to Suji Trap or that looks better. I don't want to fully give up a reasonable hand, so we can just cut 7p and think about it. 5 Mons may be a little better, but I like acceptance of more Monzu shapes here. Keep an eye on Toyman here. Smogity 7 Mon. Makes sense. Backfired.
Each.
Okay, we have no info to play off of besides 9 Mons. No reason to deal in for fun here. Even if we get Oya'd, it's better than potentially coming 3rd. They shove 7 so from across. Why is Toyman even shoving a 7-so? Like, Toyman. What are we doing, Toyman, that we're just being so aggressive even though we have a lead? Like, if they deal in there, the chance of them actually not coming first is so high in comparison. This looks like just one Han speedrun, nothing special. Can pawn... Can't pawn 5-so or 4 mon, so it's probably only green that we're opening up for. That was Dora. But I'm 17k away, so you got me. If I draw 2 more Dora. I think we're plenty happy just getting out here. Okay, now with these shapes, we can pawn 4-so or 4 mana 5-so, I mean. See 2 Dora on the table, so it's unlikely I can deal into anything that would drop me down.
Boom.
You're big chilling right now. 3 mon versus 6, so I think I like this more. Better upgrade chances around this. Because this literally doesn't upgrade. Yeah, it literally doesn't upgrade. Whereas this can upgrade on 8-so. And then we complete it on 8-so, 4-so, and then we complete shapes with 6-so or 5-so.
Each.
Wow. Well, we got nothing to go off of. 2 6s and 2 7s out. If we want to fold, we can drop the 8 mon. Dealing in here is pretty scary, because if it's a Mongon, we might actually not come second. It's not even necessarily a bad fold either, because I can still Awashi in if I need to. What are we trusting next? The hand shouldn't be much value. Seven so looks pretty rough. 4p also looks pretty rough, right? To cut the 3 though. So it just seems odd to cut 5-3 Ricci. It seems unlikely to be waiting on a 4. If the 5 wasn't there, I'd hate the 4 cut, but 5 right before it makes it look a little better. 5 so's now. Just, yeah, should be able to get out now. 5 so, 5 mon. If we have to, we can trust 9 mon. This is the last Dora. Maybe we could force a 7 so there since we see 3 5 so's, but I just don't think there's a reason to deal in here. I think we just take the repeat and hope that someone else more stupid deals in.
Sumo.
Middleweight 2p for Sanshoku. Yeah, would have been an expensive hand. So I'm glad I didn't deal into that. Not that I could do much about it if I had the 2p. Because it was Suji Trap as well. Interesting. So they cut the Ryoncon early into a 1-3-3 shape. And then call Ricci on the middleweight 2p. I guess because they know that they're doing Sanshoku because they're in last? Huh. Interesting. I have 2 Dora, but even a 16k flip's not enough for a direct hit. So I'm not really sold to doing anything besides making this a fast hand. 9 so is probably reasonable to keep there over the north. Yeah, because this isn't a realm, it's a completed shape. Yeah, 9 so is probably fine to keep. 4 so. Dora's just not going to come out for a while. Okay, I stand corrected.
G.
on either. I'd love the Tonki on 9 mon here if I can get it. Kami looks very scary, but they haven't called any Pinzu tiles. Nice. You love to fucking see it.
1
You hate to fucking see it. Cut a 5p Genbu. Or a 2p Suji. Please, bro. Please.
No.
Wow. This person loves their Suji traps, huh? Does that make the game still continue? I assume so. Yes, and now we have a chance of coming first. Yippee! This hand is not fantastic, though. What can we do with it? Looks like nothing. It's just going to be stay close, call Ricci. Or fold and get out. North is already once out. How much do we want to hedge? Just a random one, so not a lot. I think we're fine cutting this. Nah, North is once out. We have better shapes here. We're good middle tiles over here. I think we're fine cutting the one so now. If we didn't have two good middling tiles, then maybe I would consider keeping one so over an honor. Okay, our shapes are done. We either have to Tonki on Dora or trim down this shape. We don't. Yeah, I can't see myself switching what we have. We're either going to Tonki on something here or we're going to cut down a west. And I think either way, the 4-mon's just not going to be usable then. I wish I could call that tile, brother. I fucking wish. Okay, we got ahead now. If we draw the 8 so, but just kidding. If 7-mon wasn't already twice out, I could have taken the Suji trap weight there. 8 so is twice out already, which makes 9 so look better. But I need to discard the 7 before Ricci then, because otherwise it looks really sussy. We never have a reason to con here. Yeah, never have a reason to con here. It only hurts us. $9p. I'm just gonna cut this now. I think the chance of us drawing one of the last 2 8-sos, especially with the Kami and Toyman's or Shimo Toyman's discard pile.
Reach.
Tonki weight on 9p, sure. 9 so looks better to Tonki weight on, just because of the amount of stuff that's out, but it'll make people fold with Dora. And 9p is just, like, there's not a lot they have to play off of. Damn. Immediate upgrade would have been Pinfu. But 9 so should just never come out. Like, even if I dropped the 7 so a turn early. We got the Suji trap now. They did just double cut 8. They could have had a 9 in that shape. We might see it get cut here in a second. Would have sumoed the Dora. Epic. Not that it really matters. I guess we're playing for overall league. It matters a little bit, but cut the 9p. You know you want to. Damn it. 9p looks fucking amazing, both in the wall and coming out for people's hands, so it's an after Ricci Suji trap that's 1 chance. Like, trusted the 3. 9 should be coming. Why are they folding, though? It's a 9k drop down for third or fourth. I mean, why is dealer folding? They've only cut safe tiles since the Ricci. Except for that one. They trusted the 8, so... I guess because there's not a lot of value, though, left in the hand, because we see almost all the Dora. Interesting. I mean, 9p looks fucking great, but I guess someone has a pair or an Onko of it, so I don't want to drop it. P just looks amazing both in the wall and to come out. Yeah.
Done.
There's a couple hands I want to quickly look at there.
Done.
Was there anything better here? Three Monsuji to dealer, Genbu to the other. The only other thing to gamble on would be 9p, which is only safe to one, and not likely to deal into the other. No, I think 3 Mon is the right cut here. Maybe 2 Mon, but then we're more likely to deal into dealery pots. So no, 3 Mon's the right cut. You got me, brother. I'm gonna end the stream a little bit early, or just mute my audio. I'm actually just gonna mute my audio, because I have the Aura meeting I have to join. I forgot that that was today. So I'm just gonna be muted for the rest. Same with the music. I know it's likely to deal in because they had the 3-8 so discard, but oh well. Door 2, you got me.